There are a lot of there, and there are a lot of and both are protecting each other because they don't want each other to get exposed.
I can't believe I just uncovered this, but deep within the Vatican's venerable walls, far beyond the reach of the public gaze, lies a realm shrouded in profound mystery and solemn faith. Here, amidst the sacred corridors and behind the facades of divine reverence, hides a collection of enigmas, anomalies, and chilling secrets that could unsettle even the most steadfast hearts. From archives teeming with forbidden knowledge, purportedly including Jesus' death certificate, to the enigmatic chambers accessible to only an elite few, the Vatican is a nexus of hidden truths. Embark with us on a daring exploration to reveal 17 of the most startling secrets buried within the Vatican's sacred heart, each one a piece of the puzzle that has been meticulously concealed for centuries. Number 17. The Black Magic Grimoire. The enigmatic Black Magic Grimoire is indeed as intriguing as its name suggests. Being an ancient compendium of dark mystical knowledge, its origins are shrouded in mystery. While it is commonly associated with dates ranging from 1421 to 1521, historians remain at odds concerning its true inception. Owen Davies, an expert on such matters, asserts that the first edition emerged in 1702. But other more conventional scholars argue that it may have surfaced as a 19th century hoax. Hence, details about the grimoire, also referred to as the Grand Grimoire, remain elusive. The introductory chapter is attributed to Antonio Venetian del Rabina, who gleaned insights from the original writings of the legendary King Solomon. Many of the sinister incantations within the book are derived from the Key of Solomon and the Red Dragon. This connection with such renowned sources heightens the mystique surrounding the grimoire. What truly fuels curiosity is the whispered connection between the Vatican and this forbidden tome. A clandestine rumor suggests that an authentic copy is secretly safeguarded within the Vatican's fathomless archives. Although the veracity of this claim remains unconfirmed, the Vatican archives house an array of religious texts from across the world. Therefore, it wouldn't be entirely implausible for them to conceal a book with the potential to summon Lucifer and broker a pact with the devil. The intrigue deepens as the grimoire's dark secrets may still lie within the Vatican's hallowed halls. Do you want to be the first to discover what's next? If your answer is yes, smash that subscribe button and let's embark on this journey together. Number 16. The Vatican Obelisk. At the heart of St. Peter's Square in Vatican City stands a magnificent relic, the Vatican Obelisk. Although many might not recognize it by name, its imposing presence is instantly familiar to anyone who has seen an image of the square. This colossal pillar, reminiscent of ancient Egyptian obelisks, has a rich history dating back thousands of years. What makes this obelisk even more captivating is its dark past. Originally hailing from the Egyptian city of Heliopolis, it was procured during the notorious reign of the Roman Emperor Caligula. Yet its history takes a sinister turn from there. Romans ingeniously designed a ship for its transport from Egypt to Rome, but this same obelisk would be employed for the execution of early Christians. Standing tall in the circus of Gaius and Nero during the era of St. Peter's crucifixion, the obelisk witnessed the gruesome demise of countless Christians. They were led to its base, where their lives were brutally extinguished. As time passed, the circus was abandoned and Vatican Hill evolved into an necropolis. Even during the Middle Ages, the obelisk remained in the same spot, its base marked by the blood of the martyrs. It wasn't until 1586 that this historic monument was carefully relocated from its original site to take center stage in the piazza, where it continues to capture the imaginations of visitors from around the world. Number 15. Mysterious Tomb of Pope Alexander VII. Nestled at the heart of the Vatican lies a monument that beckons both admiration and mystery. The Tomb of Pope Alexander VII, a masterpiece meticulously crafted by the famed artist Gian Lorenzo Bernini. While the intricate sculptures and symbolic elements of the tomb garner much attention, it's the hushed secrets and inscrutable tales that truly captivate those who venture deeper into its lore. Pope Alexander VII, originally Fabio Chigi, left an indelible mark as one of the most influential pontiffs of the 17th century. His reign coincided with the zenith of the Baroque era, an epoch characterized by grandeur and opulence. Yet beneath this facade of splendor lie stories and speculations that have made his tomb a focal point of Vatican mysteries. The tomb, situated in the grandeur of St. Peter's Basilica, features a striking skeletal figure of death carved from Sicilian jasper emerging from beneath with an hourglass in hand. This macabre representation departs from the typical style of tombs, hinting at a deeper significance. Some propose it symbolizes Pope Alexander's fixation on the impermanence of life, while others speculate it may allude to the clandestine events of his papacy. Legend suggests that this tomb may house more than just the Pope's earthly remains. Whispers speak of ancient relics concealed within, with some daring to suggest that the elusive chalice of Valencia, often associated with the Holy Grail, is covertly tucked away inside. Though these tales lack substantial evidence, they persist in the annals of Vatican mysteries. Further fueling the intrigue is the story of Alexander's abrupt demise. Historical records cite a brief illness as the cause, but rumors and folktales weave a different narrative. Some believe he fell victim to poison, a casualty of political intrigues and the tumultuous politics of the era. The skeletal figure of death, holding the sands of time slipping away on his tomb, might be a cryptic nod to this sudden and unexpected passing, adding another layer of mystique to the legacy of Pope Alexander VII. Number 14. St. Peter's Crypt. Beneath the grandeur of Vatican City lies the crypt of St. Peter, officially known as St. Peter's Necropolis. This place exudes a strange aura that sends shivers down the spines of those who venture into its depths. The necropolis extends far beneath the ground, reaching the original foundations of St. Peter's Basilica, constructed by Emperor Constantine in 313 AD. However, it delves even deeper, revealing a hidden world of chambers and tunnels that reach unimaginable depths beneath the Vatican. These winding passages connect to long-forgotten cemeteries and mausoleums dating back 2,000 years. According to Christian legend, the crypt stands upon the precise spot where St. Peter, the disciple of Jesus and the first pope, was laid to rest after his crucifixion. The Vatican has even created a display purportedly showcasing the genuine bones of this revered apostle. While these bones were unearthed during excavations, scientific confirmation linking them to Peter remains elusive. His tomb, or at least the one believed to be his, lies approximately 33 feet beneath the modern floor of the basilica. The subterranean world holds a mesmerizing blend of imagery from pagan gods to depictions of Christ and tiny avenues weaving between niches where countless bodies have been interred. Yet the greatest enigma revolves around the bones of St. Peter. The Vatican offers a few pieces of evidence in support of their claim. They point to Greek letters for Peter inscribed inside the tomb and suggest that early Christians, in a clandestine act of devotion, adorned the walls with tributes to Peter. The lingering question is why the Vatican waited until the 1940s to confirm the identity of these bones. Scientists maintain that despite these compelling signs, the true identity of the skeleton remains a mystery, casting a veil of uncertainty over the crypt of St. Peter and the bones that lie therein. Number 13. The Ghost of the Borghese Gallery. Nestled within Rome, the Borghese Gallery stands as a treasure trove of art, boasting masterpieces from luminaries like Caravaggio, Raphael, and Bernini. Amidst the gallery's splendid paintings and sculptures, a spectral tale has woven itself into its historical allure: the story of the ghost of the Borghese Gallery. This ethereal apparition is said to be none other than Princess Pauline Bonaparte, Napoleon's beloved sister and the wife of Camillo Borghese. Her immortalized marble likeness by Antonio Canova, titled Pauline Bonaparte as Venus Victrix, graces the gallery. This magnificent statue captures her in a graceful reclining pose, embodying both her captivating beauty and her audacious spirit. Visitors to the gallery have recounted strange experiences near the statue. Some have sensed a sudden drop in temperature, while others claim to have felt an invisible hand lightly brush against them. Numerous accounts speak of glimpses of a figure resembling Pauline drifting silently amidst the artworks, her gaze melancholic and distant. Local lore adds depth to this haunting narrative. Legend has it that Pauline in her lifetime possessed an insatiable desire for beauty and eternal youth. Her statue, a tribute to her everlasting beauty, is believed to tether her spirit to the gallery. It's said her apparitions roam the halls, eternally seeking admiration, mirroring her earthly pursuits. Adding to the spectral atmosphere is the faint aroma of roses reported by many near the statue, especially during late hours. Pauline was known for her fondness for rose perfumes, and this scented clue further strengthens the belief in her lingering presence. One particularly chilling episode, which added another layer to the ghostly legend, unfolded in the early 1900s. A night guard conducting his routine rounds reportedly heard whispers emanating from the room housing Canova's masterpiece. As he curiously approached, he beheld the statue of Pauline slowly turning its head towards him. Overwhelmed by terror, the guard fled and adamantly refused to return to the gallery after dark. This spine-tingling incident passed down through the generations has added a chilling chapter to the ghostly lore surrounding the Borghese Gallery. Number 12. The Secret Archives. Forbidden Text. The Vatican Apostolic Archive, famously known as the Vatican's Secret Archive, stands as a repository of historical treasures, preserving a vast assortment of documents, manuscripts, scripts, and letters from bygone popes. This labyrinthine collection has continually sparked fascination among historians and enthusiasts. However, it's the forbidden texts concealed within these miles of shelving that truly ignite intrigue. Rumors have persisted about heretical manuscripts that have clandestinely found their way into the archive. Some propose that these documents offer a distinct perspective on Christianity's well-known narratives, housing the enigmatic Gnostic Gospels that present unconventional accounts of Christ's teachings. Among these sacred pages lie the tales of Mary Magdalene and the Gospel of Judas, challenging established Christian beliefs, inviting contemplation of a more mystical approach to faith and alternative interpretations of Judas Iscariot's alleged betrayal. Conspiracies weave a sinister fabric around documents that purportedly unveil the Church's shadowy chapters. These texts are believed to shed light on the Church's involvement in the Crusades, the Inquisition, and its entanglements with contentious historical figures like the notorious Borgia family and the enigmatic Templar Knights. Should these documents see the light of day, they could prompt a critical reevaluation of the historical narrative. But what's most captivating are the forbidden magical texts, ancient scrolls, and grimoires. These cryptic writings delve into arcane rituals, alchemy, and summoning practices. The legends suggest that the Church amassed these texts from diverse corners of the world during its expansive dominion over the past millennia. Their concealment ensures that these powerful and potentially perilous rituals remain beyond the reach of those who might misuse them, adding an extra layer of mystique. Many of these forbidden texts are believed to be encoded. Historical accounts hint at the use of unique ciphers and symbolic languages shrouding the true messages of these documents. Cryptographers and linguists have long yearned for the opportunity to decipher these elusive codes, hoping to unveil secrets that could profoundly reshape our comprehension of both the Church and history itself. Number 11. The Secret Books of Moses. The foundation of both Christianity and Judaism, the Old Testament comprises the familiar 5 books of Moses: Genesis, Exodus, Numbers, Leviticus, and Deuteronomy. But hidden in history's shadows lie 2 intriguing volumes: the mysterious 6th and 7th books of Moses. These are the unsung grimoire collections of magical incantations and spells. Surprisingly, these texts were supposedly authored by Moses himself and passed down through generations. However, at some cryptic juncture, likely known only to the Vatican, these books were excised for not aligning with the standard biblical narrative. The inclusion or exclusion of specific texts in a religious canon raises questions about the overall legitimacy of Holy Scriptures. The additional books of Moses contain an array of spells, magic names, intricate drawings, and guidelines for performing extraordinary feats such as controlling the weather, influencing others, and possibly communing with the deceased. But their authenticity remains shrouded in mystery. The original manuscripts of these clandestine books have never surfaced, with the oldest known copies being 18th-century German pamphlets. Some skeptics doubt their existence, while others claim that the genuine articles reside within the impenetrable vaults of the Vatican's secret archives, forever concealed from prying eyes. Number 10. The Pope's Escape Tunnels. The Passetto di Borgo, a seemingly ordinary stone fortification within Vatican City, stretches for an impressive 2,600 feet, connecting the city to the imposing Castel Sant'Angelo. Most passers-by remain oblivious to its historical significance. This stone wall, which outwardly resembles just another part of the architecture, conceals a rich history as a secret passageway once employed by popes to elude potential threats. Construction of the Passetto began in 850 AD at the request of Pope Nicholas III. However, it wasn't until 650 years later, during the reign of Pope Alexander VI in 1492, that it reached completion. Pope Alexander, infamous for his corruption and nepotism, utilized his power and resources to cater to his illegitimate children. He finalized the passageway just in time, as he would soon require its escape route when the French invaded 2 years later. Despite the centuries-long effort put into its creation, the Passetto was scarcely used. Only a handful of popes found themselves in need of its secretive escape route. The last recorded use was in 1527 when Pope Clement VII had to flee from mutinous troops belonging to the Holy Roman Emperor's imperial army. These troops, having turned against Charles V, descended upon Rome, and Clement VII was one of the few high-ranking figures who managed to escape thanks to the clandestine tunnel. In 2000, as a gesture to commemorate the Roman Catholic Church's Great Jubilee year, the Pasetto underwent refurbishment. In recent years, the church has periodically opened its mysterious tunnels to visitors during limited periods in the summer. This access grants an exclusive glimpse into a hidden aspect of Vatican City's history, an experience that allows people to walk in the footsteps of popes who once used this secretive passage to escape potential dangers. Number 9. Nostradamus' Lost Predictions. Nostradamus, the uncanny 16th-century French seer, has etched his name indelibly in history with his cryptic quatrains and prophetic verses, the subject of scrutiny, interpretation, and debate for centuries. However, lurking in the shadows of his mystique lies an enduring legend that suggests a clandestine collection of his prophecies is safeguarded within the enigmatic walls of the Vatican. The narrative commences in the late 1500s, shortly after Nostradamus' passing, when whispers began circulating that not all of his writings had been publicly disclosed. A manuscript distinct from his published works was rumored to have been dispatched to Rome. This document, believed to harbor some of his most explosive and detailed predictions, was supposedly too contentious and unsettling for the ecclesiastical authorities of the time. The lost manuscript, as legends imply, contains predictions that directly allude to pivotal events in church history, including schisms, controversies, and even potential scandals destined to unfold over subsequent centuries. These prophecies are thought to be more explicit than Nostradamus's typical cryptic quatrains, making them both accessible and potentially more perilous in the wrong hands. While the Vatican has never officially acknowledged possession of such a manuscript, several curious occurrences have kindled the speculative flames. In the 19th century, a scholar claimed to have stumbled upon references to this secretive document in the diary of a cardinal from the 1600s. The diary revealed the cardinal's discomfort and unease upon reading the forbidden quatrains of the seer. Another tantalizing clue emerged from a defector of the church in the early 20th century, who in hushed tones spoke of a forbidden library hidden within the Vatican. This place purportedly housed heretical texts and controversial documents away from prying eyes. Among these, he asserted, rested the lost manuscript of Nostradamus, heavily annotated and scrutinized by a select few. Many fervent believers in the prophecies argue that the very nature of Nostradamus's work, his ability to foresee future events, would naturally pique the Church's immense interest. Keeping such predictions under lock and key would allow the Church to retain control over potentially destabilizing information, preventing misinterpretations or misuse. The shroud of secrecy surrounding this hidden treasure of prophecy continues to fuel speculation and intrigue. Number 8. Demon Fresco. In the Pauline Chapel within the Vatican, a repository of the world's most celebrated artworks is adorned with fresco sculptures and paintings by renowned masters, each narrating tales of devotion, miracles, and divine grace. Yet among these widely celebrated masterpieces, one enigmatic and lesser-known artwork has spawned dark rumors and speculations: the supposed demon fresco in the Pauline Chapel. The Pauline Chapel, nestled adjacent to the Sistine Chapel, is a place of both spiritual significance and aesthetic wonder. Commissioned by Pope Paul III in the 16th century, its walls bear the artistic genius of Michelangelo. However, if hushed legends are to be believed, hidden within the sacred depictions lies an image of a demon subtly interwoven into the intricate details. This elusive demonic figure is purported to be concealed in the fresco illustrating the conversion of Saul amidst the tumult of Saul's dramatic transformation on the road to Damascus. Observant eyes have claimed to discern the faint outline of a horned, shadowy figure lurking in the peripheries. This figure, devoid of the serenity and divinity characterizing the other subjects, starkly contrasts with the scene's overarching theme. Numerous theories abound regarding the presence of this demon. Some suggest that Michelangelo, in a bold act of rebellion, clandestinely introduced the figure as a commentary on the perceived corruption and decadence within the church during his time. Others surmise it might be a representation of the personal demons the artist wrestled with throughout his life, a subtle signature of his internal struggles. Yet another theory proposes that this alleged demon serves as an intentional inclusion, symbolizing the ever-present allure of evil even in moments of profound spiritual revelation. It stands as a reminder that the path to righteousness is fraught with temptations and challenges an eternal struggle beautifully captured within the hidden enclaves of the Pauline Chapel. Number 7. The Vatican Elephant. In 1962, as Italian workers were busy modernizing Vatican City, their excavations unveiled a startling discovery that would puzzle many. For colossal bones and a massive tooth buried deep beneath the sacred ground. These bones were so imposing that the workers initially believed they were remnants of a dinosaur. However, these were no ancient fossilized relics. They were the remains of an animal that had met its end far more recently. They were, in fact, the bones of an elephant. Curiosity about the strange finding lay dormant for decades, but by the 1990s, interest in the Vatican elephant began to resurface. Silvio Bedini of the Smithsonian, a tireless investigator, finally unearthed the fascinating history behind this remarkable discovery. The tale began with the election of Pope Leo X in 1513, when a Portuguese ambassador arrived at the Vatican bearing an extraordinary gift: an albino elephant. Pure white and about 4 years old at that time, elephants were relatively unfamiliar to Romans, mentioned only in ancient tales of great war from 1,000 years prior. The Vatican's new elephant quickly became a sensation in Rome, captivating the city's residents. However, the creature's fame was short-lived, as it tragically passed away in 1516 due to a misguided attempt to cure its constipation using gold dust. After the death of this beloved elephant, it was interred in the Vatican's courtyard, soon to be forgotten by most. Number 6. Jesus' Death Certificate. The Shroud of Turin, a small piece of linen cloth displaying what appears to be the imprint of Jesus Christ's face, has intrigued both the faithful and the curious for centuries. It resembles a photographic negative and holds a significant place in religious history. Religious scholars believe this shroud was used to wrap the body of Christ after his crucifixion, which is why his visage was left imprinted upon it. Mentioned for the first time in 1354, it swiftly became one of the world's most legendary religious relics. Safeguarded within the royal chapel at the Cathedral of Turin in northern Italy since 1578, it has been an object of veneration. However, the authenticity of the shroud has long been a matter of dispute. In 1988, radiocarbon dating suggested that the linen dated to the Middle Ages, approximately 1,200 years after Christ's recorded death, casting doubt on its veracity. But recently, Barbara Frail, a researcher with access to the Vatican's secret archives, unveiled a fascinating revelation. She claims to have detected traces of writing on the shroud inscribed in Greek, Hebrew, and Latin. These words convey something similar to, "This shroud was placed over Jesus of Nazareth." This declaration, coming directly from someone associated with the Vatican, has led to intriguing speculation. It's now surmised that this mysterious piece of linen may have been used as a kind of death certificate. A clerk following Jesus' crucifixion wrote his name in various languages on the shroud before it was wrapped around his body for burial. This discovery has ignited a debate whether the shroud is indeed a genuine artifact bearing the name of Jesus Christ, or if it's a relic of historical storytelling. The enigma surrounding the Shroud of Turin continues to captivate and mystify. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Beneath the solemnity of the Vatican, through a labyrinth of hushed corridors, a covert assembly of scholars accessed the clandestine chambers known only to a sacred few. The Vatican's secret archives held truths that would shake the pillars of history, and among them, a discovery that would challenge the very essence of humanity's beliefs. The scholars' lanterns trembled as they unveiled the sanctum of lost providence, a chamber obscured by time and deliberate concealment. Dominating the room was a skeletal figure, an unholy fusion of man and myth, the remains of a creature with the expansive wings of an archangel and the withered carcass of a human, perched upon a pedestal as if it were an offering. It was an entity that transcended the boundary of heaven and earth, a relic of an era where gods and mortals were not distinct paths but intertwined destinies. Whispers of its existence had been etched in forbidden texts and the silent acknowledgments of the pontiffs, but none were prepared for its stark reality. The air grew thick as the scholars speculated its origins. Was it a celestial being who had fallen from grace, or a mortal ascended to the divine? Each theory was more unnerving than the last. As they documented the find, the chamber hummed with a power that unsettled their souls. They had uncovered the unthinkable, a tangible remnant of the divine or the damnable, leaving them to wonder what other secrets lay hidden beneath the sanctified veneer of the Vatican. Number 5. The French Freemasonry. The Roman Catholic Church maintains a steadfast and some might say archaic stance on Freemasonry. This seemingly dated policy remains rigorously enforced to this day. In a recent case, a parish priest at a French ski resort, Father Pascal, faced the church's strict judgment when he refused to renounce his affiliation with Freemasonry. Father Pascal's association with the Grand Orient de France Lodge, a French branch of Freemasonry viewed as anti-Christian by the church, led to dire consequences. This group has faced condemnation from popes throughout history, further deepening the church's aversion. Rome, upon discovering Father Pascal's ties with the Freemasons, ordered him to cease all his religious functions as a punitive measure. This dramatic incident unfolded in 2013, nearly a decade after he had assumed his position as the parish priest in Megève. The Freemasons, often criticized as being part of the Illuminati, fervently deny these claims. They contend that they are merely a gentleman's club, primarily dedicated to charitable activities. However, the Roman Catholic Church holds a starkly different view, categorizing them as inherently malevolent. This enduring clash between the Church and Freemasonry raises intriguing questions. While some view the Freemasons as benign, the Vatican's unwavering opposition hints at a deeper layer of complexity. Perhaps the Church possesses insights or concerns that elude the rest of us, underscoring the enigma surrounding this age-old debate. Number 4. Lucifer. Deep within the Vatican's hidden recesses, there are claims of evidence that the devil himself exists. These whispers of the diabolical are often intertwined with other elaborate conspiracies involving extraterrestrials and the puppetry of Lucifer over the Catholic Church, the Vatican City, and even the Pope. But let's separate fact from fiction. Amidst these dark tales, there's a curious exception: the Holy Trinity Church in Westminster, UK. This church holds an eerie secret that some might mistake for the devil himself. Yet, this representation of Lucifer isn't what it seems. This peculiar figure is the creation of a local artist, Paul Fryer, who sculpted a grotesque wax statue of Lucifer. His wings, made from real feathers, are caught up in power cables, adding to its strange charm. It's one of the most unsettling pieces you might encounter in a place of worship, especially one with a history stretching back over a century, although it ceased to be a place of worship in the 1930s. However, let's be clear. It's merely an artist's macabre creation, not solid proof of Satan's dominion over the Vatican. Wild conspiracy theories may continue to circulate, but the Vatican's secrets remain veiled in obscurity. Number 3. Saint Bernard and the Virgin Mary. Throughout Europe, one can stumble upon artworks inspired by a rather peculiar Christian tale, a narrative the Vatican would prefer to keep in the shadows. This tale traces its origins back to the 12th century and revolves around a monk known as Saint Bernard of Clairvaux. Saint Bernard, born in 1090, is renowned for advocating the Second Crusade and holding the fervent belief that Muslims were the offspring of Satan, a view not entirely uncommon for his time. However, it's his association with an unusual event known as the lactation of Saint Bernard that has left an indelible mark. Legend has it that Saint Bernard, in a moment of divine challenge, implored the Virgin Mary to demonstrate her maternal connection to Christ. In a startling twist, her statue came to life, and she supposedly squirted her milk into Saint Bernard's eyes. There are variations of the legend, one suggesting it was an eye infection that her milk miraculously cured. The most astonishing aspect of this tale is its aftermath. The story of Saint Bernard and the Virgin Mary's lactation became strangely popular across Europe. Artworks depicting this unique scene can be found far and wide, particularly in 15th century Germany and the Netherlands. Have you ever come across this bizarre and captivating story before? Number 2. Sarcophagus of the Zodiac. Deep within the Vatican's intricate catacombs, where the essence of time seems suspended, an artifact has captivated the curiosity of generations: the enigmatic sarcophagus of the Zodiac. This ancient burial structure, adorned with zodiacal symbols and celestial motifs, stands in intriguing contrast to the predominantly Christian iconography that envelopes the Vatican's treasures. The sarcophagus, sculpted from marble with intricate veins, presents an intriguing paradox. At first glance, it exudes pagan origins, with the 12 zodiac signs meticulously carved around its perimeter. These are interwoven with depictions of planet gods, suggesting Greco-Roman mythological influences. However, intertwined amidst these pagan symbols are unmistakable Christian motifs. a fish a shepherd, and the chiro symbol representing Christ. The fusion of pagan and Christian symbols has ignited a plethora of theories concerning its origins and purpose. Some propose that the sarcophagus belonged to a high-ranking Roman official who underwent conversion to Christianity. In this interpretation, the zodiac signs symbolize the individual's life before conversion, while Christian motifs signify their newfound faith. Another theory suggests that it was designed during a period of syncretism where early Christians aimed to integrate their beliefs with existing pagan traditions to facilitate conversions. In this context, the zodiac symbols might represent the cyclical nature of life and death, harmonizing with Christian beliefs in resurrection and eternal life. Throughout the centuries, the sarcophagus of the zodiac has not only puzzled historians and theologians, but also intrigued occultists, astrologers, and esoteric scholars. To them, it represents a concealed bridge between spiritual paths, a key to unlocking ancient wisdom that transcends time and belief systems. Number 1. The Resurrection. Inside the Vatican, a deeply unsettling sculpture named the Resurrection resides, casting an eerie shadow over the Paul VI audience hall. Crafted in 1977 by artist Pericle Fazzini, this colossal artwork stretches 66 feet in length and rises 23 feet high. It was intended to represent the resurrection of Christ, yet its appearance has birthed numerous dark theories. The sculpture, while having a spiritual purpose, is often interpreted quite differently. To some, it seems like a grotesque amalgamation of melted snakes intertwined with a demonic figure emerging from a pool of sinister black goo. Pericle Fazzini's inspiration appears to have been drawn from the darkest recesses of horror. The Paul VI audience hall is where the Pope conducts his weekly meetings when St. Peter's Square's weather doesn't cooperate. The sinister sculpture placed prominently aims to evoke a sense of shock in those who lay eyes upon it for the first time. It serves as a stark reminder that Christians should not fear the impending cataclysm, but rather accept it and rejoice in the resurrection, even if it portends a world shrouded in chaos and death. And as the curtain falls on today's adventure, a huge thank you for being part of our story. Until next time, keep weaving dreams into your day.